evening, everybody. I'm Otis,
And I'm Jerry.
and this is Two Guys Catching Up on Football, our weekly roundup of both college and the pros. And we don't do analyzation because you get a lot of that on TV and you don't need other people doing it. We just talk about football and
It's our two
that's it.
cents.
It is our opinion, and
Yep.
whether you agree or disagree, we really don't care. This is
Yep.
our opinion. So, so we're gonna get started, of course, with. I looked up this thing because I wanted to see exactly um,
Now,
uh, how many 50-yard kicks they that teams have made this year. So it said, well, this thing it didn't really say how many they've made, but what they said was is on pace to make 251 field goals from 50 yards or better, which would break the old record, which was just set last year of 158. I mean,
wow.
they're all. This is in the pros I'm talking about.
Yeah, but that's booming it.
They're all. If if they get on the opponent's side of the 50, they're thinking about it. I mean,
Yeah, you make me think of what a difference. Just going back in time,
yeah,
right to the '80s or '90s, even that you didn't see that very
no,
much.
no. They
Yeah.
very rarely went for 50-yard field goals. They usually
Huh.
either they went for it or they kicked it away.
So
They
what are we going to attribute this to? Better conditioning,
I think
or
it's better conditioning for the kickers, but I think it's also because I think it was Chris Collinsworth. He said it's like a 300-yard drive. Once one person does it, everybody knows that it can be done,
yeah,
and
true.
they go for it. And well,
And they share how they did it too,
well,
probably.
it,
Yeah.
it's really like everything. The first 4-minute mile, no one thought anyone could ever run
True.
a mile in 4 minutes.
Right.
And once one guy did it, everybody went, okay, I
True.
guess it's not that difficult.
Yeah,
Everybody
that's
went
true.
for it. So yeah, so that's pretty interesting. So anyway, on to the college playoff. So with
Yeah, you got me on that one. I looked at the poll today. I thought, oh no, there's all this movement. That's not the CFP poll.
no,
Yeah.
that's the AP poll,
Yeah.
and so I looked at the last um, uh, college football playoff poll from last week. So Tennessee was 8-1,
Mm-hmm.
and then they lost. So now it depends on the committee because these are the teams
Well,
that.
they're gonna keep them in there.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Okay.
These are the teams that are behind them. Notre Dame, who won. Miami, who won. Alabama, who won. Ole Miss, who won.
Yeah.
Georgia, who won.
Definitely that's a
Boise
good one.
State, who won.
Mm-hmm.
SMU, who won.
Ew.
Texas A&M, who won.
Well, SEC. Yeah.
That's all the way down to the 15th spot. So,
Well, I'd say, although they're not, even if you bump out SMU, Tennessee, I don't think has it. But there's a part of me, I still a little bit agree with. Okay, so Tennessee loses by 14, but we know that there's committee members who'll say, "Oh yeah, but they lost to a great SEC team in Georgia, so don't penalize them that much."
yeah, I don't
You
think
know, that's my.
I don't think so.
No, I'm with you. I would hope that
Yeah,
doesn't happen, but I think that's what
I,
will
I
happen.
don't think so because there's a
Yeah.
lot of SEC teams behind them.
Yeah,
So
Texas A&M, and you're right. Georgia should move up.
Texas A&M,
Uh,
Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, all
what's
those
SMU though? It's not.
SMU is ACC. They went into the ACC, but SMU
Speaking
has
of
a
which,
chance.
when's the last time SMU was ranked? When Eric Dickerson was there? I don't
I
even.
don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, yeah. So, but they have a chance through the ACC championship of getting one of those top four spots, and
Yeah.
they're playing pretty good football. So they've got a
And
good
now,
team.
does Ohio State jump Oregon because Oregon was so close, or no?
No,
Yeah, they're undefeated. I think you leave them
and
alone.
no, and partly because Oregon beat Ohio State,
That's
they're
true.
not
Good
going to
point.
jump them.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah,
And on
I
a
forgot
head-to-head
about that.
matchup, they beat them.
Yeah.
So
And now, where do we think that they're going to put Prime and his crew?
well, they probably are not going to move up much. They're at 17 right now, but their only way into the playoff will be to win the Big 12 championship.
Which they'll play Boise? No.
No, Boise's.
I'm sorry. They will play.
I don't have any idea. I don't know who's in the Big 12 now, so I don't have any idea. So if they
I don't
make
know
it,
either.
yeah, if they make it, that's why when I texted you, I said that they would have to, Tennessee would have to stay in the top 10 to stay in the playoff race because those top four spots go to the champions of the ACC, the SEC, the Big 10, and
Yeah, they're
Big
not.
12. So
Yeah, they're not
it
big.
goes to
They're.
them. So
Uh, yeah,
okay,
keep going.
no, I'm gonna wait for you because you're looking
No, but
something.
it's got. So we were Big 12. Is it ASU? Why isn't my?
Okay, so we got dead air. So here I'm
Yeah,
gonna
go.
finish.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh,
finish saying
BYU.
yeah. So
There you go.
And BYU just lost last night,
But they're still 9-1.
right? But
Arizona State is the next closest.
yeah, so they. That's why I texted you and said that they have to stay in the top 10
Yeah.
because those first four spots go to those conference champions, and
Right.
then the fifth spot goes to the highest ranked non-champion. The 12th spot goes to the champion of the other Big Five conference, which I can't remember, or the highest ranked conference champion,
Not
which will probably be Boise State because they're in the Midwest Conference. So that's one spot that's gone. So if you're in that 12th spot, you're not going to get in. You're going to get left out. So
I agree. Yeah.
yeah. So and I don't see a team based on last week's rankings. I don't see a team that they're going to stay in front of. Not
No,
until
I
they get
agree.
down to the
Yeah.
15th spot.
Right.
So yeah, so they've got two losses, and that was not good. I think Georgia would have been out because
Now,
Georgia
who's
was Georgia was 12, and they already had two losses. So if Georgia had lost last night, they would have been out of the running.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think just barely they would have been really upset, some committee members, but that would have been the fact.
well, yeah,
I
well, I
think,
mean,
yeah.
you are what you are. You are what your record
Yeah,
says you
yeah,
are.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, so we'll see on Tuesday what they come out with. So we'll do a quick rundown of the NFL.
Yep.
Thursday's game was good, but the Eagles pulled it out. So
I keep repeating myself. The more the season goes on, give the ball to Saquon Barkley
well,
and just let him try to carry the team.
I think Kellen Moore wants people to see how flashy his passing game can be,
Yeah, yeah.
and I think that's what he
Well,
wants to see.
Well,
Um,
that's why I'm not. I think I told you there's some. I think what I don't, Jalen Hurts is he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's really elite. At
No,
times he can be. At times maybe.
I don't
But in
think he
general,
has to
I don't
be.
think so. Yeah.
I don't think he has to be because with all the weapons
There's
around
still,
him, he
yeah.
doesn't need to be elite.
There's something about them. I still don't like them in the playoffs. Somebody at work today said they envisioned the Lions and Eagles in the NFC Championship, and I thought, no way. Not
I
the
well,
Eagles, Lions,
I
maybe.
don't. I
And I'm
think
not just shouting out to Michael on that either. Yeah.
yeah, I think you're basing the Eagles on what happened to them last year, and not what
Yeah,
they're
true.
doing now. So I think you're basing
Well,
it on what happened to them last year, which of course
yeah.
doesn't mean that's going to happen this year.
Well, it might though, because they still have probably arguably the greatest wild card coach
Eh,
in Sirianni. Who
It's
knows what he's
possible,
gonna? Yeah.
but until it does, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. So and then the Dolphins beat up on the Raiders, but everybody does. So that's kind of like
I think teams are starting to chase the number one pick. There's a
yeah,
few of
yeah.
them. Yeah.
And the Saints beat up on the Browns, but everybody
That's one of the
does. So
teams chasing the number one pick, I
yeah,
think.
yeah,
I'll tell you what though, the Browns, what are we in, week 10 or 11? I think
yeah,
they're 2-8.
yeah.
I think they've scored 20 or more points once, which
They're chasing the number one pick. So we can
there.
just. I
Yeah,
know
move
how you
on.
get. I know how you get about the Browns. So we're gonna leave that
Move
one
on.
alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could do
We're
a
on to
we
top.
could do a whole half hour just on the Browns
Oh,
alone.
I can rant and rave all day.
Oh yeah, you could. And then the Colts beat the Jets. They're going for the number one pick.
And the Jets now, I think, are 2 or 3-8. The Jets have one more loss. They are done.
Oh,
And it's going to happen
oh no,
because Buffalo or
they've
somebody's going
been
to
they've
knock
been
them out.
done weeks ago. So
Yeah.
they just haven't been
So,
mathematically done.
and somewhere, Robert, well, where did we say that Salah went to go help?
I don't remember.
Well, anyways, he's laughing. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And then the Vikings beat the Titans. They're going for the number one pick.
That was an easy pick 'em game.
Yeah. Now the Packers and Bears had a good game, and the Bears had an opportunity to win, but they got the kick blocked, and it's happened.
Well,
Last
I'll
second
tell
field
you,
goal
I
was
think
gone.
I think the Bears might be the hardest. How do you hard luck team? They had Jaden Daniels throw the Hail Mary. They had a kick block. I don't know what else. They had Eberflus coaching the game. That's a bad streak
I
too.
think
So
I think they're going on a bye soon. We'll see if Eberflus makes it through the bye.
I don't know. Yeah.
And then this was the one I did talk to Michael about this one. Lions just beat up on the Jaguars. And
Well, I'm not surprised.
yeah, and so I told him, I said, I told him that Dan Campbell's ego is going to keep them from winning the hardware because he could have rested his starters
True.
midway through the third quarter. There was no
True.
way Jacksonville was going to come back and win this game.
Yeah. True.
Now he gives the quarterback that he just drafted an opportunity to get in-game reps
Right.
because he is only one hit on Jared Goff's knee from playing.
Yeah. From your season's done.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
that's all he is one hit
Yeah.
away from that. Get the
Yeah.
kid,
Yeah.
just
Wow.
no matter how he does, just get him an opportunity so he's
Yeah.
not nervous when he has to
You
go
know,
in.
you made me think. I don't remember what year it was. Wasn't it Derek Carr's second year or first year? Raiders were on fire,
Oh yeah,
and he blew whatever his ankle or knee blew up. Done.
right.
They were
It was
finished.
it was right before it was right before they
Right
were
before
going.
the playoffs.
Right, it was right before the
Yeah,
playoffs.
and they were
So,
done. Yeah, they were finished.
yeah. So and then the Rams beat the Patriots. The
Not
Patriots
surprised.
made it a lot closer than it should have been, but
Yeah.
Drake May is playing well. He
Yeah, he's going to make mistakes. Obviously, he's
yeah.
a rookie. So yeah.
The game of the day though is our boy Rasputin.
Oh well.
He never.
Look, give him you and I could be the quarterback there, and he'd probably still have a winning season.
Probably.
Yeah,
He's
but
just he and his
I
coach.
give him a lot of credit. Although my head scratcher with that was the Ravens have a chance to tie it, right? Need the 2-point conversion. Derrick Henry is on the bench. Hello, can you at least use him as a decoy? Come
Well,
on.
the Steelers had shut him down. I mean, he
Yeah,
really wasn't helping at
right.
all.
Well, maybe that's
So
it then. Yeah.
yeah, the Steelers had shut him down,
But
but
boy, yeah.
they had
Good
also
for
shut down.
Tomlin. He's got to be laughing. Yeah.
Yeah, they had also shut down Lamar too, and
Oh,
when
yeah.
they play the Ravens, they use a unique what's the word I want to use?
Scheme.
They use a unique pass rush.
Yeah.
Nobody goes past him. They
Oh,
all
keep him in
stay.
the pocket and keep a
They all
spy on
keep
him.
him in the pocket, and then they just fill the lanes that
Yeah.
he would want to get out of, and
Right.
then that's how they keep him under wraps.
I,
So
I will say the last few years definitely Steelers have the Ravens number, and at times sort of the Browns have had it as well. It's
right, the
that
Browns have
spy.
beaten them even when they haven't been good. They've beaten them when they
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
weird thing with them. Yeah.
Yeah, well, as I always say, styles make fights, and
Yeah, that's
the
yeah.
styles of the
I,
Steelers and Browns just don't fit with the Ravens. They just
yeah,
have a
no,
hard
true,
time
right.
with them.
Yeah.
And then we had the Seahawks and the 49ers. Seahawks scored with
Yeah.
12 seconds left.
They got
49ers
Geno'd at
lost.
the end, but yeah.
Yeah, so now they're sitting at the bottom of the West, and
Now that's another one. I don't know if you had it on, because at the end it was a nail biter, but there was about I don't know, 16 seconds left. Right, Niners have the ball at the 30, one timeout. So Purdy, I don't know if it was a called play, throws a little kind of out, not even an out route, a kind of crossing route to Debo, who looked like he wanted to flip it backwards. I was thinking, what in the world are you doing? You need to get a field goal. Will tie it. Why are you throwing a 2-yard route? But I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know. Again. I'm good.
you're not.
I'm not emotionally invested in it.
I know.
The
Yeah.
last 4 years they have been good, and I expected that they were gonna find the
I
water
did
level.
see also. In fact, somebody at work brought it up. They said I didn't see. I saw the replay, but they said, "Oh, Bosa got hurt." I said, "Well, he does every year, at least for 1 or 2 games." So
Yeah, he
you know,
got hurt. It was a hip pointer or something like
yeah,
that.
something looked like a pulled muscle. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then our boy Grandpa Bo unleashed
Well,
on the Falcons today. He
all right. I got one. I'm done. The Falcons are a fraud. I'm not jumping on that anymore. I kind of believe in Kirk Cousins. I'm done believing in Kirk Cousins. And two, I'm gonna give the Broncos some credit. I think they're 6-5.
yeah yeah.
And they were dreadful. Bo has turned it around, and Sean Payton.
They deserve credit, but
Yeah, I give them credit.
I refuse to give Sean Payton any credit. I just
Yeah,
refuse.
so you'll like this one. Sean Payton is in the. I'm going to put him in the category of Aaron Rodgers, and we were talking about this even in the office. Rodgers has one title, so does Sean Payton.
Yeah,
They're not geniuses or superstars. They have one title.
one title.
Trent Dilfer has one title.
That's it.
Yeah, so
Eli Manning has two.
yeah, exactly. So
So
Rodgers get no.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So and then the Chiefs Bills was a good game, and
Yeah.
I, while not a fan of Josh Allen, I was rooting for the Bills to win. So
I did want the Bills to win just to, I don't know, I guess to knock out the last undefeated team.
yeah, but
Keep them
however,
humble.
if the Chiefs had gotten through this game, I would have been rooting for them to go unbeaten.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
I still think, personally, those, to me, Uh, I think those are probably the two best teams in the league.
In the AFC, they're the two best teams.
Yeah,
The
but I
the,
will
the,
also
the,
say is
the
Buffalo.
Lions are the best team in
Yeah,
the
you're
AFC.
right. Lions are there. Buffalo does have a way of, right, in the postseason, just they somehow slip up.
Oh, sure,
Usually, yeah,
sure,
it's maybe a curse. Who knows what it is?
yeah.
But yeah, they usually slip up.
And then the Chargers are kind of laying it on the Bengals right now. So it's
I,
20. You didn't record this, did you?
no,
Oh, okay. So
only
it's
game I recorded was the Browns, and I probably won't even watch it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's 21-6, and Justin Herbert is throwing the ball like there's no defense out there. I mean,
Well, my thing is the Chargers. Uh, that's another. So you bring in Harbaugh. I don't even know what the Chargers' record was last year. 4-13, maybe. Or remember they got
something
smoked a
like
few
that.
times.
Something like that.
So you bring in a good head coach. I'm not a Harbaugh guy, but he's a good coach. He's a good motivator. Uh, they're a good team now. I
Yeah,
mean, he's
but
brought them back.
he's done that everywhere he's went. So it's not luck, and
No, yeah, he's
it's
a.
not
And I
just
give Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh. He's a good coach. He's a good motivator.
well, no,
He's a
it's more
good.
than just motivation. Motivation
Yeah.
only gets you so far.
Oh, he's a good coach,
And eventually, yeah, he is a very good coach
and
because
he's an old school. I think right is he's run the ball and play
yeah,
defense.
yeah,
You know.
I don't think Herbert has thrown the ball more than 25 times at
He
all so
has
far
to.
this year.
Yeah.
So he
They
just
have a good defense
runs the
too.
ball a
I've seen.
lot. Yeah, their defense
I,
is good.
I saw
Yeah,
that defense live versus in Cleveland, and they swarm the
yeah,
ball.
and
Although
then
Winston telegraphs everything that he's throwing anyway, so.
and then tomorrow night's game are the Texans and the Cowboys. It's kind of a who
I
cares
think
game.
talk about blowouts. Yeah.
Well, it depends. If Nico Collins plays, the Texans will score. If he
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
play, they'll
So,
have a hard time scoring, but I still think they'll win.
and I am going to say, if Dallas, would you just play Trey Lance? They did it last week.
I would
I
just
think I
do it.
watched them. Right as they played Trey Lance for 2 plays, and they put him out and put Rush in. What are you
Yeah,
doing? Just play Lance.
yeah, just play
You're
Lance.
not
Just
pulling
give him.
anything. And I do think McCarthy is gone. I do not believe. I even saw now Stephen A. Smith wants Dion in Dallas. I don't see it happening.
I
For
don't
your
think
reason,
McCarthy is gone. I don't think
really,
McCarthy is gone.
man, he's going to have a long leash. They might blame it on Dak. I was thinking, and this isn't far fetched in a way, but I do think Dak might be gone after this year. But his contract's crazy. I'm
No,
not touching his contract.
Dak won't be gone. McCarthy won't be
Well, they'll
gone.
just roll
If,
on
if
and
if Jerry Jones gives Jason Garrett 10 years of 8-8 football,
yeah, true.
and Jason Garrett never won a Super Bowl, he ain't
Right.
firing
That's true.
McCarthy.
He'll keep McCarthy there. And you just
McCarthy
keep building
might
the
quit.
stadium.
McCarthy might quit. Now that's
Well, I
altogether
think in the
different.
long run, Jerry Jones is as long as he sells tickets, he's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
As
making
long as
money.
Jerry Jones
Yeah.
wants to be the reason the Cowboys win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
And
right.
that's the
I
bottom
agree.
line.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he didn't like it when Jimmy Johnson was getting the
No.
was being the reason, and he didn't like it when Barry Switzer won that one Super Bowl
Yeah,
because he
that's
did
true
it
too. Right.
with Jimmy Johnson's players. They were
Yeah,
not
true.
Jerry Jones's players. So
It's
he
true.
wants to do it with his players. He wants to be the reason why. If he hires Dion and they win, Dion will be the reason why, not Jerry. And
I
so it's
I was almost thinking if Dion's are both his kids are good done after this year.
Shadur is. I'm not sure about Shiloh.
Okay, I would think actually the first stop. I'm just throwing this out there. I would think Dion maybe would go to Florida State.
No, I know he's not going to go back there.
Oh,
I don't think so. There's
maybe
really
he
no
likes it.
reason. There's really
Yeah,
no
that's true.
reason for him to. So it's just kind of, if he
I
goes
don't see
anywhere, it'll
Dion
be
in
the
the
NFL.
NFL. I don't know. I'm not sure with Shadur if I want to draft him and have all that circus with him. I don't know.
I don't know either, but you know what? If he can win me 12 games, let the
Oh
circus come
yeah,
to
then I
town.
don't care. Have a circus. You can have Prime do as many Aflac commercials as he wants
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Saban,
Let the
as
circus
long as he's
come.
winning. Yeah.
If he can win me 12 games, get me to the playoffs, maybe get me to
Yeah.
the
Then who
Super Bowl.
cares? Yeah. Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
do
let
whatever
the
you want.
circus come. So, yeah, so all right, buddy. Well, that's our roundup for today. Thank you so much
It's
for
a quick and
making
it's
it.
a late night edition. Yeah.
Yeah, a late night edition because you've been busy working today. You got to retire.
Well,
Work,
it's still going to be a while. Yeah.
work is not good. Work isn't good
Work
for you.
is not good for your health, if
No,
you
it's
don't know.
not. It's not. So anyway, we're gonna have our traveling music
And we'll be back next Sunday.
next week sometime. We'll
Yeah.
see. So this is Otis,
And I'm Jerry.
and this is two guys catching up on football. Thank you so much for joining us
See
for
ya.
another episode. Ciao.